Hello everyone. Uh, Today we are starting one of the most important foundation lessons for your A-level geography. Basic concepts of geography. First of all, think of it as learning the alphabet before writing a story. If you understand these basics well, you will find it much easier to handle essay questions, structured questions, and even map reading in your exam. So let's move to our lesson today. Uh, Please give me a 1 minute. Okay. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain spatial relationships and the temporal changes, and also describe how geography explains the dynamism of the life world and the understand the interrelationship between physical and human phenomena and recognize that geographical process occur from local to global levels and identify issues and problems of geographical significance. First of all, we need to identify what is geography now. So, what is geography? Simply put, geography is the study of the Earth's surface, its physical features, and people, and how they interact. Imagine we are looking at Sri Lanka from above. We see mountains, rivers, forest, cities, roads. All these are components of the landscape. But we don't just list them, we study how they are connected. For example, how does the Maharali River help agriculture in the dry zone? Or how does deforestation in the Nakas affect rainfall in Northerly? So that geography has the key three questions. We asked all the things using that question. Uh, what are they? First one is, how does the environment affect humans? I'll give you examples. In Sri Lanka's dry zone, low rainfall limits agriculture. Farmers there depend on tanks like Parakrama Samudra, built over 800 years ago. Without that ancient engineering, large-scale farming in that region would be impossible. Second question is, how do humans change the environment? Think, think of Colombo 50 years ago. So, full of wetlands and canals. Today, many have been filled to make way for housing and roads. The result, when heavy rains fall, water has now here to go, so we get flooding. And third question is, what are the consequences of these interactions? In example, the 2004 tsunami showed us that destroying mangroves and coral reefs removes natural protection. Villages with mangroves first much better than those without. Uh, so, I'll give you a tip for your exam. In your essays, if the question asks explain geography scope, always mention that it studies spatial, it means space, and temporal, it means time. That changes with both physical and human perspectives. Okay, now let's move to our next part, geography's scope. Geography is a bridge between natural sciences and the social sciences. On one side, we have physical geography, things like rivers, climate, soil. On the other side, we have human geography, cities, population, and the culture likewise. For the example, local level, in how land is used in uh, Colombo, in the engineering practices or building practices, paddy fields. Likewise, it's a local region. And the regional level, South Asian monsoon patterns affecting Sri Lanka and the India. It's a regional level. And the global level, what are the climate change leading to sea level rise and affecting coastal towns like Negombo and Hambantota. Likewise. In the exam connection, if a structured question asks for examples from local, regional, and the global scales, always use specific real examples like this. Okay. Then we move to spatial relationships. This is about how things are arranged in space. For example, why are most Sri Lankan cities like Colombo, Gampaha, Kandy near rivers or coast? It's because of transport, trade, and the water supply. In distribution of rainfall in Sri Lanka, a wet zone, for example, Morelia, gets over 2,500 millimeters in the year. So dry zone, example Anuradhapura gets less than 1 and 250 millimeters in the year per year. So that's the example in the spatial variations, spatial relationships. And the another one is temporal changes. This means changes over time. Geography looks at how landscapes and the climate and the human settlements evolve. In the example, urban growth, Columbus city limits expand in over 20 years, leading to suburbs like Malabar and the Athrugiriya becoming urbanized. In the agricultural seasons, likewise, Yala and Maha seasons in Sri Lanka linked to monsoon cycles. In your uh, exam, when writing essays, you can compare the temporal changes using before and after data or maps. Okay, what are the issues and problems? One reason geography is so important is that it helps us understand and solve real problems. Examples from Sri Lanka in the environment, deforestation in Singharaja. It's a problem because of that involve the loss of biodiversity and the resource management. Overuse of groundwater in Jaffna, saltwater in Crusher. So that's the issue and problem. And urban side, overcrowding and waste disposal issues in Colombo. So in your exams, uh, ask somewhat geographical problems, link it to human environment interaction, and give Sri Lankan examples. So it's a very important holistic approach. Geography always looks at the whole picture, both physical and human factors together. So, examples like studying pollution in the Kalani River, we can't just look at factories. We also need to consider rainfall patterns, river flow, nearby settlements, and the population density. Uh, Now you can see a diagram. The diagram also show interrelationship between that physical and human landscape. Uh, so in geography studies, spatial distribution and the temporal changes mainly in the landscape. So that landscape are majorly components are physical and the human things. That physical and human things make the problems and the issues on the landscape. Uh, that problems and the issues we can combine using from a holistic approach, and that holistic approach can be divided global scale, regional scale, and the local scale. So that will help you to understand easily for that concept. I'll give you some activity. Now I want you to think of one land issue uh, where human activities have changed the environment in Sri Lanka. For example, paddy field reclamation for housing in Gampaha, write down the change, its causes, and its effect. Okay, it you can do it in your uh, free time. Please try it. In finally, I'll give you the summary. Geography studies where things are, why they are there, and how they change. It connects nature and humans. It's not just about learning facts, it's about solving problems in the real world. Next, I give you homework. Write a short note on spatial relationships with the Sri Lankan example, and they collect newspaper articles on and environmental problems for next class discussions. So I'll give you some uh, exam tips and the other things after that homework. I hope to wind up today lesson. Or if you have any questions or the problems, you can ask me using the comment section. And also, I need to tell you something. Please subscribe my channel and the give new comments and the uh, new things for build my YouTube channel. And I hope to doing classes in geography subject related to geography subject, both Sinhala and English medium. So you can contact me if you want. You can contact me. And finally, I want to tell you thank you very much for uh, with me for here with me. And okay, today I stopped the lesson. It's a small lesson. I'll simply explain you. I don't get beyond the all the things, but I think I'll explain all the things and all the basic things in that lesson. So I hope to you can get a idea of what is the geography. So, uh, thank you very much.